Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will discuss on the first topic of CSC318, which is Introduction to HTML. My name is TS Dr. Rashida Mohtar. So I will discuss to you about what is HTML and the basic about HTML that you need to know. So basically this is our agenda for today. So first, we will look at the overview of HTML. Okay, second, we will look at the effective HTML design. Okay, third, elements, attributes, character references, and comments that we have in the HTML. Okay, and then the last part, which is the length, dates, and time in HTML. Okay, so before we go to the what is HTML, so basically, okay, we have standard HTML, which is the standard generalized markup language. So it is actually the ISO standard technology for defining generalizing markup language for documents. So HTML is actually one of the markup language. Other than that, we have XML, okay, XHTML, DHTML, and so on. So actually HTML is one of the basic markup language that you need to know in order for you to design a website. So we move to the what is HTML. So basically HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, Hypertext Markup Language. So hypertext is actually what? Ability to link to other documents. So that's why the concept of a website is you have the link. Okay, when you click something, for example, text, okay, images, okay, icons, symbols, and so on, it will link to the other document. So that is the basic concept of web design. So HTML tells the browser how to and when to display the object in a web page. So what is browser? So basically browser is one of the software that used to display the website. So the browser will open the text file. Okay, so basically the text file is not as document file or word file. So it is actually, we call that HTML file in web page design. So browser program will interpret the file. So after that, the browser will display the content. So what you can see normally when you go to any website, for example, UiTM website. So you will see the design of the website. Actually, the back end of the web design is the HTML basic file. Okay, that is the basic one lah. Okay, but actually we have other scripting language that we have. For example, we have XHTML, and then we have PHP language. So HTML is just a text file that will be interpreted by the browser. Okay, now we look at what is actually meaning of, okay, the browser will be interpreted, okay, from the HTML file. So basically, okay, what you can see is something like this. Okay, basically you can see that this is the what we will see using your browser. Okay, for example, browser is Internet Explorer, okay, Google Chrome, and so on. So actually at the back end, okay, before that you have your browser display the content of a web page. So we have the HTML file. Okay, so this is we call the text file in the web design. So this is the structure of HTML file. So you can open, okay, the code from the website. Okay, so I will show you example of the how you open the HTML file from a website. Okay, so basic class. So this is, okay, UiTM official website. So normally you can see the content of the web page. Okay, we have the menu on the top. Okay, then we have the banner and so on. So you can scroll down to see the content. So this is what you can see through your browser. Okay, so the back end, okay, how we view the code or the HTML text file. So you can right click and then view page source. Okay, so this is actually the structure. So if you look at this one, okay, this is the HTML, okay, basic. So normally all the file, the web page, you need to have the HTML file. Okay, and then we cannot have a very good web design without other scripting language. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we move to the next one. So this is overview of HTML. So as I mentioned, okay, HTML is a language for describing web pages. So it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it is not class A programming language. It is a markup language, or we call that scripting language. So if you want to create HTML, so you need to have the markup text. Okay, so what is markup text? Okay. So markup text is, okay, I will show you later. Okay, and then okay, HTML uses markup text to describe the web page, inform the browser how and where to display items in the web page. So it is similar to the concept of programming where you instruct, okay, using the syntax or the code, programming code. So for HTML also, okay, if you want to display text or if you want to display images, okay, video and so on, so you need to write the code using the markup, HTML markup text. Okay, next. Okay, what is the function of HTML class? So basically, as I mentioned, HTML is the one of the main structure of the web page. Okay, so the concept of HTML, you can identify, okay, from the HTML you can identify the title of the document. Okay, you can look at the hierarchy structure of the document. So where inside of the HTML we have the header, okay, and then we have the body. That is the basic structure of the HTML. So and then we can also have, okay, you can identify bulleted, okay, numbered, okay, nested list, okay, and then you can insert graphic, okay, elements, okay, and you can emphasize for keywords. Okay, that one is for the font formatting, okay, hyperlinks and also the URLs. Okay, so who is actually created or developed the idea of HTML structure or markup language, which is by Tim Berners-Lee, okay, at Particles Lab Geneva. So was popularized by the Mosaic browser. So last time we don't have an Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. So last time we have the Mosaic browser. Okay, and then in 1990s, okay, so website was popular, okay, during that era. So the first publicly available description of HTML was a document called HTML text. So last time class, HTML website or web design, okay, we have only basic text, okay, so we don't have video element or animation element or audio, we just have a text design. Okay, so now we move to the effective HTML page. Okay, so how you can design, okay, your very basic web page using HTML. So before you write, okay, a HTML tag, so you need to know some of the tips, okay, for effective web design. So this is the tips, okay, that I highlighted, which is, okay, you don't make users things, okay, about your web design. So means that if you want to show the content of the web, so you need to very clear on the content. Okay, so do not make the user wonder whether it is a content or a link or a menu or so on. So obvious and self-explanatory. So maybe a menu you need to have a clear name, or the name must be meaningful. Okay, and then don't squander a user's patience. So don't ask too many questions for user to enter the web page. For example, ask user to fill in so many forms. Okay, and then manage to focus users' attention. So using F-shaped pattern reading. Okay, what is F-shaped pattern reading? So actually, okay, you can refer to these notes. Okay, so this is from the website. So I attach also the link. So you can go to this link to see some of other tips that we have for effective web design. Okay, and the most important part in web design is actually the simplicity in terms of the user interface. So must be friendly and easy to understand. Okay, so a well-designed website can help build trust, okay, and then guide visitors to take action. So creating a great user experience involves making sure your web design is optimized for usability, okay, in terms of the form and aesthetics, and how it is easy to use in terms of the functionality of the web. So this is the key point for you to create your own web design. Okay, so now we move to what are the important element for you to create the web. Okay, actually we create or we write the code not using any software uh compiler such as that you have for your programming. Okay, so we have the HTML editor, so we use the HTML editor. So what are the HTML editor that we have nowadays? So as stated or viewed in the slide. Okay, so for our class, normally, okay, I will ask students to use the Notepad++. Okay, as we have ODL session, so it's up to you to use any HTML editor. Okay, as long as you can show me the HTML code. Okay, and then as long as you can display your own website. Okay, so this is the HTML document. Okay, so basically we have two type of extension. Okay, so extension means that when you save the file, it will save as a dot, which is HTML or HTML. Okay, so normally we will save as the HTML. So both can be used for the HTML document. So, before this, I mentioned that we have HTML text. So, this is example of the tag. Okay, we have open and ended or closed tag. Okay, so a browser must be told how to mark up objects of the documents using container text or non-container tag. So, object of a document can be text, image, video, sound, link, code. So basically, we will learn how to display your text, how to display your image, how to display your video, sound, and so on. Alright, so next, HTML version information. So a valid HTML document declares the version of HTML is used in the document. So a HTML document include the document type definition DTD. So example, so you can see that we have doc type HTML public. So this is example of the version. So you can use that. But normally when you write your own code, we don't have to write the document HTML type. But if you want to write this one, is okay. Okay, no problem. Either we have or not. Okay. So DTD, what is DTD? Specific definition that follows the rules of the standard generalized markup language SGML. So this is the standard that we have. For example, in our operation, we have ISO 900 standard. So if you familiar with that terms, so that is actually to make sure that your code is follow the standard that we have in the world. So DTD is a specification that accompanies a document and identifies what the funny little codes or markup are that separate paragraphs, identify topic headings and so forth, and how each is to be processed. So what is function DTD? So any location that has a DTD reader will be able to process the document and display or print it as intended. So this means that a single standard HTML compiler can serve many different kind of document that use a range different markup code. So the compiler looks at the DTD and then prints or display the document accordingly. Okay. Alright, so this is a typical HTML doc has a structure. So normally we will start with the doc type HTML. But if you don't want to write this one, okay, you just start with HTML, start HTML and then end the HTML is okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so this is example, okay, that we have DTD variation. Okay, so you can look at this one and then try to compare and contrast. Okay, what is the difference between the DTD? So this is your extra knowledge. Okay, so what is HTML extension and .html file extension? So when you save an HTML file, you can use either .html or the HTML file extension as I mentioned. So we use HTML in our example. So because this is actually the last time, the very nowadays we don't use that anymore. So normally we use the HTML. Okay. We move to the elements, attributes, character references, and comments that we have in the HTML. So this is very important, okay, for you to start creating your own web page. So as I mentioned, okay, in HTML, okay, we have start tag and open or we call it opening tag, or we have end tag or closing tag. So the element content is everything between start and end tag. Okay, so you have this one is start or opening, this one is end. So in the between is the content that you want to have. So some HTML elements have empty content. Okay, empty elements are closed in the tag. Most HTML element can have attributes. So please look carefully. Okay, what is attributes? What is element? Okay, for you to know which code that you can use for your web design. Alright, so this is an example of the very basic, okay, how you can write your own or first HTML elements where you have three parts. Okay, number one, start. Okay, number two, tag content. Number three, end tag. So example, okay, you have paragraph element. Okay, so this is your start P, which is paragraph. Okay, this is your content. This is a paragraph. And this is the close or end tag. Okay, so this is how you use your HTML elements. Okay, and then we will look, okay, after this, what are the HTML elements that we have. So some HTML elements, you can omit the end tags. Okay, for example, P and LI elements tag. Some elements we can omit the start tag, head, body. Some elements have no content, for example, HR, okay, horizontal line, and then BR for the break. So all the HTML elements, okay, we will do some exercise for you to practice, okay, how to use all the elements. Okay, so elements class, we have properties. So element properties, we call that as attribute. Okay, for example, okay, we have element body. Okay, so inside body, so we have so many attributes. For example, if you want to have background color, so you can use BG color. So this is the attribute. Okay, and then if you want to have text, okay, if you want to have link, so this is all the attributes inside the body element. So the first hierarchy, you have elements. Okay, the inside elements you have attributes. And attributes, where you put attributes is where you have your, okay, HTML, we have pair, right? The tag, okay, less than, greater than. Okay, this is the tag of the HTML. Okay, so in the between of the pairs of the tag, so you put the attributes. So look at the examples to get how to write the correct attributes. Okay, next, we look at the character references. Okay, sometimes there are numerous of symbols name of character that may be used in a HTML document. Useful for referring to rarely used characters. So example of okay, we have some of the symbol. Okay, you want to have symbol ampersand and end with a semicolon. Okay, so this is how you use your reference. Okay, okay, for example, you have the sign, you want to have the sign less than. So how you, we don't have a less than, okay, symbol in just using one key in the keyboard. Okay, but you need to use ampersand, okay, and then use LT semicolon. So once you have this, okay, you will display the less than. Okay, I will show you. Okay, class. So as I mentioned, okay, in last week, so for my class, okay, I will use w3schools.com website, okay, to do some of the scripting language. Okay, as I can see that this is similar to the compiler. So W3 School website is very good. Okay, we have so many language that inside the website. This website. Okay, okay, so how we use the character reference, as I mentioned, you want to display less than symbol. Okay, so you can use, okay, I try to enlarge this one. Okay, so inside the body, so this is the structure of your HTML. Okay, okay, so you need to start with ampersand, okay, LT semicolon. Okay, then you run. Okay, okay, again I show you. Okay, ampersand L semicolon. Okay, then run. So you can see this is the symbols. Okay, okay, and then you need to memorize. Okay, GT. Okay, greater than. Okay, so this is example how you can use your character reference. Okay, starting from the ampersand symbol, ending with the semicolon. Okay, other symbols that we have, copyright. Okay, so how you can have your C copyright? So using ampersand copy, semicolon. Okay, lambda symbol. So ampersand lambda. So you can search from the internet to see what are the character reference you can embed into your website. Okay, so symbols, symbolic names, okay, that you can use for your website. Okay, next we look at the comments. So which is this one is also important in your web design. So you can have two ways to write your own comment. Okay, so we have two examples of how you can write a comment. Okay, number one, okay, this one, okay, this is comment for single line. Number two is for the multiple lines, right? Okay, as you can see that comments are text ignored by the browser. So tag placed between the comment will not be displayed. This is the same as what you have learned in your programming subject. Okay, the last part, which is the length, dates and time. So how you can write your dates and time using HTML. So HTML specifies three types of length value for attribute. So you can use length is actually the size, okay, that you can use for your website. So pixel. So what is pixel? So normally when you learn multimedia subject, pixel is actually about the dot, okay, that you have in your images. So it is a value, is an integer that represents the number of pixels of the canvas. Okay, so example how you can use pixel. Okay, so for example, you can use width 38, height 20. So this is example of the size, okay, of pixel of the image. Okay, percentage, you can use also, okay, other than pixel, you can use size for your in the web, which is percentage of the total line. For example, you want to have, okay, HR horizontal line, which is only 50%. So means that half from the whole page. Okay, and then also normally percentage used for the table, okay, size of the table. Okay, next we look at the multi-length. So the value may be relative length. So it has the form I star where I is an integer. When allotting space among elements competing for the space, user agents allot pixel and percentage lengths first, then divide up remaining available space among relative length. So how you can use this one? Okay, so this is the explanation. So the value star is equivalent to 1. So thus if 60% of space are available after the user agent allots pixel and the percentage space and the competing relative length are 1, 2, 3 and 1 will be allotted. 1 means that 10 pixel, 2 means that 20 pixel, 3 means that 30 pixel. Okay, so this is example where you can use multi-length list, okay, for rows and column. So this attribute specify the layout of horizontal frames. Okay, so it is a comma separated list of pixel, percentage and relative lengths. Okay, the default value normally for one page is 100. Okay, we need one row. Okay, for column also same. Okay, this is example how you can use. Okay, last time we have frame set in HTML, but now we don't have for HTML5. Okay, so I just show you how to use. Okay, so this is for your extra knowledge. So if you want to have, okay, 75, okay, 25%. So this is example. Okay, we have, okay, 250 pixel. Okay, 3 which is 3 star which is 30, 1 star which is 10. Okay, so the total must be 100. Okay, so we have columns, 3 columns here. Okay, and so now we look at the date and time. So many options and variations in the representation of dates and time. So the current specification uses one of the format, okay, which is, okay, we use YYY for year, MM for month, DD for the day. Okay. Alright, so this is example of date and time. So you have 2 digit of hours. So this one we will look later. Okay, when we have exercise on the HTML code. Okay, so now let us try the first, okay, HTML. Okay, where you have your open, okay, HTML tag. Okay, and then this is end tag or close HTML tag. So and then we have head, okay, open and head close. Okay, look carefully on the how we write the tag. Okay, then we have the title. Okay, and then title. So title basically we will display on the top of the browser. Okay, and then body is where you will display inside of your page. Okay, so hello world, all my content goes here. So the first will be display this content. Okay, so now we'll try. Okay, so now we write, okay, the code. Okay, we try to look at what is the output or display in your browser. Okay, so this is I use W3 School, okay, to run the, okay, now we run, okay, to see the output. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, hello world, all my content goes here. So okay, after this, okay, we will try to have not using W3 School browser. So you will save inside your computer the HTML file to see the whole page. Okay, then you can see the title, okay, for your page. Okay, so I think that's all, okay, for the first part of HTML, introduction to HTML. So you can refer to w3schools.com for more hands-on on HTML. So next class, okay, we will discuss further about how you can write your own HTML and how you can develop the first web page. Okay, thank you very much, okay, for listening. So that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.